Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His Word. And family, I want to thank you again. I want to give you another heartfelt thank you for joining me here this week. And of course, family, we cannot go without saying this. I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family, we are going to continue on our journey in regards to our history. Now, last week, we talked about Nehemiah. But this week, we are going to go into the book of Malachi. We're going to talk about our brother Malachi. Now, of course, family, every last person should at least have a writing utensil, paper, or something digital for you to take your notes on, because tonight is going to be one of those nights where we're going to be taking some detours and we are going to hop around the scriptures a bit to prove points, and especially when it came here to our brother Malachi. So family, please do me a favor, open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha, and we are going to start in the book of Malachi. Malachi chapter 1. And I'm going to tell you the truth. For the individual that just can't compute, if they can't understand the simplicity of this lesson here tonight, that I'm going to strongly recommend that you seek the Most High for counsel and wisdom. And of course, we all know what it means to obtain wisdom. It means that we got to keep the commandments, right? That's how we get it. But tonight here, we're going to talk about our brother Malachi. Get this drink in here. I'll be reading a lot. Okay? All right, so here we go, family. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Now, did you see the word that he used in there? He said the burden. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Now, did it say the whole world, family? No. It said Israel, a target audience that the Most High is speaking to. Verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I love Jacob. Now let's stop for a second. We got to break that down. I have loved you. So the Father is saying, he's making a distinction. Israel, I love you. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? So he's saying, why are you questioning me? Saying, where have you loved us? And who does he mention? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? He said, hold on a second. And this is going to reflect the very same thing that I always tell you. Just like we are today, Esau was giving them problems all the way back then too. There's nothing new under the sun, as King Solomon has said. The Father put them through burdens, just like verse 1 said. The Father put our people through burdens and did it by Esau. Yet I loved Jacob. Verse 3. And I hated Esau. The Father said he hated Esau. I'm not saying that. The Bible is saying that. The scriptures, our book. And the Father said he hates those people. All right? Now let's continue. And laid his mountains and his heritage. I'm dropping a seed there with that heritage. With the heritage, remember the word heritage. I'm going to start from the beginning. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So here we are again in history, talking about another one of our brothers. And here he is speaking about dragons again. Two different men, but the same animal. If you haven't seen the lesson from last week, you need to go watch it. Verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. So he's saying here from the beginning that Esau is like, we are poor. Because remember, they are the base people that the Most High created. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So the Most High made that very, very clear here in verse 4. He said, first and foremost, Esau said, we are poor. We know we are the base people, but because of the blessing that we received in Genesis 25 and 26, because of those blessings, we are going to overtake the Israelites. We are going to overtake the world, and we're going to do it through war. Remember, that blessing was the sword that the Most High gave them, the art of war and weaponry. Here it is right here. But the Father also said that everything that they build, he is going to destroy. He's going to throw it down. I'm going to throw down, just like we talk like our Father. You know that's one of our terms. Yo, them niggas, they about to throw down. The people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever, have hatred for forever. Verse 5. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. You got to understand that now. You see, because everybody believed that all things are going to take place here in America. No, everything is going to pop off over there in Israel. First and foremost, that's where the 1/3 will be going back to. We're going back to Israel. This land right here is not ours. We don't belong here. We belong in Israel. And that's where it's going to pop off. And that's where the Father said, I'm going to read it one more time. And your eyes shall see. So you are going to see this. And ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel, meaning the entire circumference of it. Verse 6. A son honoreth his father. I really want y'all to pay attention to this. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? Because remember what it just said here. So Malachi is like, yo, wait a second. Where's my honor at? And you know what's going on? They don't have any honor right now. They're in captivity. Let's continue. And if I be a master, where is my fear? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priest, that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? So he said, hold on a second. For you honorable men of Israel, and we're going to get into it, y'all despise my name. Wherein have we despised thy name? Verse 7, ye offer polluted bread upon my altar. Polluted bread. Let's continue. And ye say, wherein have we polluted thee? In that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible. Do you know what contemptible means? It means worthless. The table of the Lord is worthless. So in other words, the Most High is saying to these priests, first of all, what's on my tables here? What's on my tables? What's on my table? First of all, we can start with the feast days, but it gets deeper than that. It's talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what it's talking about. And these people say that these laws, statutes, and commandments don't matter. They're worthless, contemptible. And this is what the Father is saying to these priests. He's saying, y'all are out there teaching other things other than what I told you to teach. Verse 8. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? So hold on a second. He said, whoa, who are the blind? Who are the blind in this matter here? All of those individuals that these priests are leading astray. I'm going to start again. And if ye offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? The Father said, what y'all are doing to these people are evil, to your own brothers and sisters. And if ye offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person, saith the Lord of hosts? Verse 9, and now I pray you, beseech God, that he will be gracious unto us. This hath been by your means. Will he regard your person, saith the Lord of hosts? Do you see how the Father keeps dropping these questions? What does a question require? It requires an answer. He wants the men to speak up. Speak up. That sounds like judgment, doesn't it? Verse 10. Who is there even among you that will shut the doors for naught? And naught means nothing. Neither do ye kindle fire of mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you. I want to make sure y'all understand that. The Father says, I have no pleasure in you, saith the Lord of hosts. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand. Who was he talking to? He was talking to the priest. He's saying, you priests are dirty, you're filthy, you're vain, contemptible, you're absolutely worthless. And that's exactly what these Christian pastors are. They're absolutely worthless. I didn't say it, the scripture said it. So if anybody want to get mad at me, then take it up with the Most High, because I'm reading his words. He said that these pastors are absolutely worthless. Verse 11. For from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great amongst the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts. That right there says so much. Some people just sit there and read that Bible. No. There is so much in here. So this is where we're going to begin to take our detour. So get ready. I'm going to read this again. For from the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same. Let me stop for a second. Now, as we learned a couple of weeks ago in regards to light, he's saying right here, he's speaking right now in regards to the sun coming up and the sun going down. So in between that time, what is there? There's light, there's brightness, there's righteousness. So this is the example that the Father is given, because he's calling himself the light. My name shall be great among the Gentiles. That's where you get the my name in lights, where that comes from. That's where Hollywood has stole from. They get this from the Most High, where they want to see their name in lights. Didn't the Father say that they're going to try to be like the Most High? Didn't he say that in Obadiah? Yes, he did. My name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering, for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts. So now we're going to take a detour. I want you to go to Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 28, please. We'll come back to this. The book of Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 28. So let's see what this here is talking about. Watch. Now remember, it referenced the Gentile and the heathen. So now watch this. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel. I'm planting a seed with that word sanctify. And he said he sanctified Israel, not the whole world. Just like we read in Malachi 1, who was the Most High addressing? He was addressing Israel. And here it is, a precept right here. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. All right, so sanctified, sanctuary, and also, what is this here? What else does it say? In the midst of Israel. The Father said, I'm only dealing with Israel. I'm not dealing with anybody else. It's only these people. So now go to Joel chapter 2 and verse 27, please. The book of Joel chapter 2 and verse 27. And let's see exactly what it says. Watch this. Remember, the midst. Watch this. And it shall come to pass. Well, actually, verse 27, excuse me. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, just like it said, and that I am the Lord, your God, possessive. I am the Lord, your God, and none else. I'm not the God of anybody else. I'm your God, Israel. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, I'm your God and nobody else's. And my people, again, possessive, my people. Because if God only has his people, that means that there's other people, and he don't claim them. He says, my people shall never be ashamed. Verse 28, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. So he went ahead on to mention handmaids as well. So when you go back to Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1, it talks about the handmaids and the servants. The Most High breaking it down. So now I want to go to Ezekiel chapter 11. Ezekiel chapter 11 and go down to verse 12, please. Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 12. So let's see if there's a summary of this. Let's see if it matches. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, for ye have not walked in my statutes, neither executed my judgments, but have done after the manners of the heathen that are round about you. So this goes right back to what we were just talking about. The Father, when he mentioned the Gentile and the heathen, he said, y'all be doing what they tell you to do. You don't do what I tell you to do. You want to follow after these other nations. You want to do what they want to do. You want to, what's the word I want to use here? Disgrace. You want to disgrace my name. And you want to go ahead and chicken chase these other nations that have no power, that have no real God. But I'm your God, and you won't listen to me. All right. Now, let's go to Isaiah chapter 5, please. The book of Isaiah chapter 5, and I want you to go down to verse 16. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 16. Watch this. But the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. Righteousness meaning the light. But there's that word sanctified again. So hold on a second. Whoa. So it says right here that the Father is going to be holy and sanctified. So now when we go back to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 28, what did it say? That the children of Israel will be sanctified. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that we are just like our daddy? Oh. So the Most High said, everything that we got into so far, remember, we haven't even gotten far. The Father said, okay, so these Israelites, those are my people. I am their God, and they are just like me. He made us to be just like him. Holy, which means to be separated from everybody else. All right. Now let's go to Exodus chapter 6 and verse 7, please. And I'm bringing all of this out and I'm showing you all this here so that nobody can ever change your mind or your brain in regards to what these scriptures say. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, just as the scriptures say. All right, Exodus chapter 6 and verse 7. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. Now, of course, if you remember the royal gathering, the lesson that we had, and we went ahead and broke down specifically where Egypt is, right here. Now let's go back to the book of Malachi. And we left off at verse 11. Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. I'm going to read that one more time now that we got all these precepts. For from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, meaning that righteousness, that brightness, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts. And you're about to find out why he actually said that. Watch this. But ye have profaned it. The Father said, y'all profane my name. You profane my name, man. The table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible. He's saying it again. Because we follow all of their hellish holidays, their holidays, as people like to call it. The Father gave us our feast days, the things that we are supposed to have upon that table in our homes, because we're eating with the Most High when we do that. Even the angels celebrate the high holy days. But our people, nope, I want to worry about Christmas. How many of you right now are trying to get Easter baskets? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. Because our people, they still do it. They hear this word and they still don't care. They'll sit here and listen every Friday night and still live in their foolishness. Let me read that again. But ye have profaned it, in that ye say the table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible, meaning is worthless. Verse 13, ye said also, behold, what a weariness is it? And ye have snuffed at it. You snuffed at it. Saith the Lord of hosts, and ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord? The Father said, you didn't bring me your best. You gave me the worst. This goes right back to Cain and Abel. Abel brought forth great things, and Cain just came by and brought by anything. The Father said, nigga, I ain't taking that. You bring me the best. Verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver. And what is that? What is deceiver? It means devil. And devil means deceiver. But I want you to see who the Father is calling devils. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male. Stop for a second. What is the importance of having a male in a growing flock? What's the importance of having a male? To produce. But cursed be the deceiver, the devil, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth to take an oath, and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful. My name is dreadful among the heathen. Now, why did the Father say that? Why is he talking to these priests like this? Today's you call them pastors and bishops and all the rest of that nonsense. What did the Father say in regard? What's the word he used? Dreadful. So now let's go ahead and get the definition of dreadful. Let's get that definition of the word dreadful. Not an everyday word. Let's see what it says. Watch this. Dreadful. Causing or involving great suffering, fear or unhappiness, extremely bad or serious. The next one, extremely disagreeable. Next one, used to emphasize the degree to which something is the case, especially something regarded with sadness and disapproval. Oh, goodness. So now let's go back and look at that. Read that one more time. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful amongst the heathen. So, why is this so important, Israel? Why is this so important? Do y'all remember when the Father said, I'm going to remove you from your heritage? Who was he talking to? He was talking to the Israelites. The Israelites, we had our heritage removed. Did the Father ever say he was going to remove the remembrance of the heathens? No. No. Why? Because the Father kept their punishment, their demise, their dread, he kept that on them. They know, they understand what the Most High is going to do to them. They know. We don't understand that. Well, us in the truth, we got it. We're getting it. But remember, that part, it's a mind. It's a mind issue because the Father removed something from us. But they always knew. They know now. The Father never took that away from them. They know who the Most High God of Israel is. They know who he is. Nothing was ever taken from them. Their demise, their punishment has always been at the forefront of their mind. That's why everything that they see that's happening right now, that's why they are panicking out of their minds. They know what's coming. That's why the Father keeps emphasizing this. This is why he continues to say, I am a dreadful God to them, but I am a loving God to you, Israel. But remember, we don't know, we lost so much, but they remember everything. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. And just to go to Jeremiah chapter 17, please. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. Because I want to make sure y'all understand that, and I'm not just running my mouth. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. Let's look at this here real quick. Watch this. And this is him speaking to Israel. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage. Remember when I planted that seed earlier? What did the Father say he was going to do with their heritage? He was going to take their heritage and lay it waste for the dragons. But with us, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will continue, thou knowest. I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. We read that earlier too. Verse 5, thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in a man. Cursed be the man that trusteth in a man, and maketh flesh his arm, and maketh flesh his arm. Not talking about his arm, but talking about his armor. And he said, you're making the flesh your armor, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. So what is the Father saying here about that flesh or whatnot? I can go ahead and take a sword and whack my arm and I'm done. But if I am protected with the full armor, and this is what the Father is saying, that full armor of God, if somebody was to try to take a sword and slice it through, it ain't gonna happen. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Whoo, goodness gracious. Now, we're going to go back to Malachi. Now we're going to go to chapter 2. Malachi chapter 2. Y'all getting this? Are you understanding your importance, family? Are you understanding who you are? Are you understanding how blessed you are? Are you understanding how sanctified you're supposed to be? And again, I want to go back to that sanctified. The Father said that's the characteristic of myself that I put on my children. You ever notice, let me stop for a second. Let's talk for a second. You ever notice, for those of you that have children, or for those of you, everybody has a mother and father, but when you actually see a similarity in your child that's you, and if you don't have children, you are male, female, and you see something that you do, and you be like, oh, my moms and my pops do that. It's the very same thing here. That is a characteristic. That is a trait that the Most High gave us. Malachi chapter 2, my favorite. Those of you who have been walking with me in the truth, you understand why? You know why. Malachi chapter 2. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye did not lay it to heart. The Father said, y'all playing games. These priests, these pastors, bishops, these deacons, oh, they playing games. These niggas are playing absolute games. He said, I gave y'all a job to do. And we're going to get so much further into this. Watch this. Behold, I will corrupt your seed and spread dung upon your faces, even the dung of your solemn feast, and one shall take you away with it. So what did the Father say here? Well, let's family. The Father said, all right, first and foremost for you pastors, y'all playing games with my people. Y'all are leading them astray. So what I'm going to do, based on all of your little feast days, your holidays, your Sabbath cookouts, all those things, every way that is contemptible, what I'm going to do, the fear of me is going to come upon you. You're going to crap yourselves. That dung is going to be on your faces. So I'm going to turn you into dung. And what do you do with dung, family? What is dung? It's crap, poop. What do you do with it? You flush it. Today you flush it. But what did they do with it back then? They burned it. They burned it. All these pastors that's playing around with the Most High, teaching our people wrong, teaching them the way of the heathen, living as a heathen and their heathenistic ways, the Father said he is going to burn these individuals. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Verse 4. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, that my covenant might be with Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. Now, who are the Levites? Today they're the Haitians. But who have they always been? They've been the priests. They were the ones responsible for going around and telling the Most High, telling the word, to our people, to the Most High's people, to the Israelites. They were the priests. But of course, you already know what happened with them. They got corrupted. And that very same corruption still lies with the Levites today because they are heavily involved in all that voodoo. Let's continue. My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherewith he feared me and was afraid before my name. Verse 6, the law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and equity, and did turn many from iniquity. So the Father said during the time when the Levites were going around, now right now specifically, he's speaking about Levi. For all of you Haitians out there, that's your forefather. And he was a true man of the Most High. He feared the Most High. And he brought the word the way that it was supposed to be brought, raw and uncut. But now, these so-called pastors, these pulpit pimps, are absolutely filthy. And it is so backwards because you have many of Judah that's out here teaching, but the Levites failed their mission. All right, let's continue. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. Are these pastors doing that today? Absolutely not. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Caused many to stumble at the law. Not their opinion. The Father said, my law, you have them tripping over because you are not standing it up correctly. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore, I have also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law. Ooh, does that not ring true today? Does that not ring true with these pastors out there teaching what they want to teach? They'll give you a little bit of scripture. But today is even worse because they give you no law at all. They said you don't have to keep the laws. So it's worse today than it was back then. Contemptible, worthless. Now, what is something that you picked up on right there when the Father said they are base? So now we have to dig more into that. So I want you now to please go to, as a matter of fact, go to Job chapter 3. The book of Job chapter 3 and go down to verse 7. Job chapter 3, verse 7. Watch this. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up in their mourning. And I want to go ahead and bring that out there because I want you to continue to see, first and foremost, the conditions of Israel with mourning. Our people are mourning. But why? Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up in their mourning. Now let's go back. Malachi chapter 2, go back to verse 9. Therefore, I have also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my laws, but have been partial in the Lord. Verse 10. Have we not all one Father? Talking to the Israelites. Have we not all one Father? Hath not one God created us? Stop. This goes right back to Genesis. We just recently spoke about that not that long ago. Let's create men in our image. So the Most High made his people. Christ made the people he was responsible for making, and the angels made those they were responsible for making. But the Father chose us. Do you see how our forefathers kept making sure we understood that? The Father created us with his hands. And you have to understand something. Remember, the Spirit was created first. That very same Spirit, all the way back then, that the Father fashioned with his own hands, is you. That very same Spirit that's watching this right now, it's you. Because you are special. I'm going to read that again. Have we not all one Father? Hath not one God created us? Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our fathers? Why do we deal treacherously with our brothers? Why do we break the covenant? Verse 11, Judah hath dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god. That's... How true is that today? How true, family, is that today? What did the Father say? I want to make sure that I read this again because I'm getting ready to show you a video. But I want to make sure before I show you this video that you completely get it. I'm going to read that one more time. Judah have dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god. So now with that being said, take a look at this.
Indeed, I'm a different pedigree. Got a pretty nice bite, but the wrong kind of mean. Got a little bit of hindsight, I'm older than you think. Living life on all fours and we running till we free.
Yeah, you saw that. You saw that nonsense. Let me read this here one more time. Judith have dealt treacherously. Talking right now about the so-called black man. Talk about us brothers. Judah have dealt treacherously, and an abomination, a hatred is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah hath profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he hath loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god. And as you see, that disgusting porkly pig got our brother on the damn leash. Treacherous, disgust, disgrace. That's what's going on right now, family. These scriptures are real. They are so, so real. Didn't the Father say that these things were going to happen? And it's Judah, our responsibility. Verse 12, the Lord will cut off the man that doeth this, the master and the scholar, out of the tabernacles of Jacob, and him that authoreth an offering unto the Lord of hosts. The Father said for anybody out there that's married to any woman of another nation outside of Israel, you will be cut off from Israel, bottom line. So, the Father understands that we sin. So what does he say? Get rid of her. Get rid of that woman of the other nations. Marry your own. And if you choose to stay with that person, you're dead. He's going to kill you. Verse 13. And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying out, insomuch that he regardeth not the offering any more, and receiveth it with good will at your hand. Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, against whom thou hast dealt treacherously. Yet is she thy companion, and the wife of thy covenant. Verse 15, and did not he make one? Yet had he the residue of the Spirit, and wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed. Ooh. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that there's really that many godly women in the world right now. The pickings is slim. Read that again. And wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. Therefore take heed, take attention to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously against the wife of his youth. For the Lord, the God of Israel, the God of Israel, not the world, not the other nations. The God of Israel saith that he hateth putting away, for one covereth violence with his garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit that ye deal not treacherously. Verse 17, ye have wearied. He said, you wore him out. You have wearied the Lord with your words. All words and no action. That priest, that pastor, that pulpit pimp, that pastor bastard. That man will sit up there and talk all day, bring out absolutely no scripture whatsoever, but try to convince you that he's a godly man. He's a fool. He is a despicable man. And I won't even say woman, because a female pastor is an oxymoron. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words, yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, everyone that doeth evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delighteth in them. Or where is the God of judgment? You see that right there? He said, hold on a second, because all of these pastors out there, this is why you're going to wipe the dung on their faces. These pastors tell you it's okay to celebrate Christmas. These pastors have Easter egg hunts. These pastors sleep with your wives. Yeah, that closed door meeting, you're not a fool. You're not that naive. These pastors tell you don't have to follow the laws of the Old Testament. These pastors tell you, come as you are. No, the scriptures don't say that. The scriptures actually say, when you come to me, you better be proper. When you step to me, you better have your fringes on. When you step to me, you better be walking in the law, statutes, and commandments. When you step to me, you better come correct, or don't come at all. But the Christian pastor will let you come right up into that damn hell pit. And some of these sisters, I used to go to a Christian church. And I think I said this before. Them sisters used to come in there with some of the skankiest, most scantily clad outfits. I mean, the cut all the way down to the belly button. The freaking skirt that is so high, you can see the color panties she's wearing. And I'm not trying to be rude, crude, or nasty. I'm telling you what I saw myself in the Christian church. I'm telling you about the pastors that called some of the women up there for the front row hoes. I'm going to let you sit up front. Yeah, let me go ahead and sit up front. And widen them legs. Let me get a look for later. Oh, yeah. You call me sick all you want to, but you ain't going to call me no damn liar. Because that's what they do. How many stories have you just heard recently about these pastors? As a matter of fact, there was a thing going on right now where this one sister, she posted all over social media, her husband, which was Judah, and a pastor, mind you, left her for a white woman. Exactly what the scripture said. You can get mad at me all you want to and think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you what this word says, and I'm bringing the world to prove the word. This is what happens. And again, going back to that video, oh my gosh, freaking disgust. Oh, I don't even know. I don't know what to think about that, man. I really, really don't. And this nigga just happy on a leash. And that's a whole nother lesson in itself right there. I don't want to get on no soapbox with that one. But it's real and it's happening. And not only that, but all the rest of Judah and everybody else in the room watching it. Celebrating. The hell is wrong with us, family? What is wrong with us? We stupid. Not all of us, but the majority. And that's not me saying that. 1/3 versus 2/3. Remember, always remember that ratio. 1/3 versus 2/3. The absolute most sickening displays. And you know what? It's only going to get worse. You don't have to get worse. You continue to get better. You continue to help build your brothers and sisters so that they can get better. And do it with love as the Most High had love for us. But I'm telling you, this world is wrapping up. Every day you see what's going on and what's going down. You see these scriptures light up like a New York night every day. All of these prophecies is being fulfilled right in front of your eyes. This is the most exciting time to be alive. And it really, really is. Because what the Bible says is coming into fruition and we are seeing it for ourselves. We are the children of the promise. But there's also another part of that promise. The other part of that promise is if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you are promised to burn forever. And I don't want that happening to any one of you, none of you. But the fact of the matter is, it's going to happen to 2/3 of our people. And Israel, you better make sure it is not you. Israel. I'm so glad we was able to go ahead and bring this one out here. For those of you who are thinking about going back to Christian church, you are a fool if you do. You are an idiot. You are a moron. You are a disgrace to our people if you continue to go back to the Christian church. You don't belong there. It was never created by the Most High for you. The Father said, I'm going to send you prophets. I'm going to send you your brothers and sisters that's going to bring this word out to you the way that it should be brought out. Follow my laws. That's all we got to do. We got to follow his laws. That's it. That's it. It's simple. And he said, my laws are not grievous. He said, my laws are not difficult at all. How difficult was it for you guys to cook the unleavened bread and eat it for a week? How difficult was that? It wasn't difficult at all. I was just talking to Queen Tanya and King Walik just earlier this week and said that we did not go back to leavened bread. I'm like, I'm cool with the unleavened. And I feel so much better without eating that leavened bread than I do. I feel it's a different. I feel a difference. I feel lighter. And I said, you know what? What the hell? I'm gonna stay with this. And I feel great. And I don't have to give Esau, I'm not giving his money for no damn bread anymore. And I don't know if y'all noticed with the bread today that it doesn't mold. There's something wrong with that. There's something extremely wrong with that. It's synthetic. So I'm going to recommend to y'all better start making your own bread. You better spend $40, $50, get a bread maker, whip up that dough, and make it yourself. Because they trying to kill us in these damn supermarkets. I'm telling you, y'all better leave that bread alone. Just do it yourself. Our people are beyond talented to do that. Just do it yourself. All right, family, let me go ahead and shut my mouth. Let me say this again. I love y'all, and I thank each and every last one of you for your continued support here. And we're going to hopefully have an announcement about the Royal Gathering next week. I'm not making a promise, but hopefully we'll be able to make that announcement. So family, I love y'all. Grab your family. You better hug them and kiss them and let them know that you love them. And most importantly, family, love the Most High by keeping his commandments. And with that being said, Israel, I love you. I'm out.